Today, we present the Ukrainian Freedom Fund, something we have been working on for the last 3 weeks to set up, and we have already collected around 500,000 hryvnia. The Ukrainian Freedom Fund is an initiative of Ukrainian and foreign business. Not only governments around the world have expressed their support for Ukraine, but also thousands of ordinary people in different corners of the world who are seeking to help Ukraine today. The fund is a tool not only for those who need help, but for those who want to help, who wish to help. Why Ukrainian Freedom Fund? Why do we use the word freedom in our name? While studying at the International Academy for Leadership in Germany, I had the opportunity to prepare a presentation along with other Europeans for people of other continents. We quickly agreed that Europe can be represented best by European values. Two fundamental values, which we then chose, were freedom and human dignity. Today, I would like to invite those people with whom I used to then talk to and study with in Germany to the Maidan, Ukraine's independence square. Here they can see these fundamental European values in practice. They can see how they live, how people fight for them and protect them. Freedom in Ukraine and struggle for freedom in Ukraine is something that has captivated not only Ukrainians, but so many people across the globe. We are trying to ensure freedom in Ukraine. We are working to contribute to the security of a free Ukraine. The purpose of our fund is to help the Ukrainian army ensure the security of our state border. Our priority is border troops. That's what we are currently focusing on. Our main task is to raise funds for the purchase of military equipment. The goal we have set at this stage is $5 million. For the next stage, we would like to raise $50 million. We plan to convert money donated into very concrete action within 48 hours. We plan to work very quickly. This is an initiative of business, and business is accustomed to very rapid action and to achieving quick results. We buy military equipment directly from the manufacturers on a competitive basis and pass it directly to the military units who need it. The activities and financial reporting of our fund will be reported on by the international accounting firm PwC. We also look forward to very rigorous public control, in particular from journalists. Business is for peace. If you want peace, be ready for war. In order to be able to create new products and services, businesses need stability. Business needs peace. And so to business, this project is extremely important both for Ukrainian and foreign business. I now pass over to the president of one of the largest communications holding companies in Ukraine, Andy Bain.
Thank you, Olga. For those who are listening to the translation in English, all I was we were buying ammunition. We are not buying ammunition, and I'd just like to clarify that. The way this fund evolved was I, as well as a number of other businessmen who've been here for over the years, have come across a number of people who are asking locally, how do we help? And as the Maidan evolved into the Crimean crisis and the current crisis, it obviously took on a different nature. And I, having served in the military with the Ukrainian troops in the Iraq War, have a number of friends in the Ukrainian military, and meeting with them, I asked them, were they ready to fight? And they said they're ready to defend the country wholeheartedly, except that they don't have the equipment to do so. And in the case of a battalion commander, a friend of mine, he didn't have truck batteries to get his trucks to the fight. And I had our company buy him the truck batteries the next day and talked to a few other guys about this. And it was obvious that we have a number of people who want to help Ukraine, both here in Kiev and in Ukraine, but also abroad and around the world. And likewise, there are a number of people in the military and in the security groups who need help. So it seemed we were in a somewhat unique position to facilitate getting help from one hand and putting it in the other. And that's how the whole Ukrainian Freedom Fund came to be. We're only 3.5 weeks old, so we're doing a lot of things on the fly still, but we do have endorsements so far from the U.S.-Ukraine Business Council, from the EU-Ukraine Business Council. This morning, the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine put a very nice endorsement up on their website of the fund. So we're glad to see that. We expect other endorsements coming in the near future. As to what we've done so far, again, we're very young, but we have a goal of turning around donations in 48 hours and turning that into equipment that gets into the proper hands. So far, we bought batteries for trucks, we bought batteries for tanks, we have bought body armor for interior ministry troops. We have been engaged in a number of other acquisitions and made contacts with units across Ukraine who need equipment the most urgently. And one of the people involved is a former logistics officer who now works with me in my company, and he's taken on the operational role, identifying the units, and he and I then prioritize how we buy equipment and assign it out based on our understanding of the operational need. The only other thing I'd like to say about it is as Olga pointed out, we plan initially to raise $5 million, and then if everything goes well, another $50 million. We intend to spend as much of that money on local suppliers. Not only are we trying to buy urgently needed equipment for the security groups, but we're trying to help the economic security of the country by putting that money directly to work inside the country. That's what we have to say. If you have questions, please go ahead and ask.
Шановні колеги, чи є питання до наших гостей? Dear colleagues, do you have questions to our guests? Any questions? Yeah, we have one question.
Do you have any connections with legislative research to be able to structure any bond issues that would joint venture with donations to create a bond fund to get large sums quickly? The lady just mentioned earlier they don't have the equipment or the expertise in anti-terrorist training, etc. So this is of urgent need.
You're right, it's an urgent need, and the short answer is no, we haven't looked into that. It's an interesting point. I'm not aware of that being done in the past, but it's something we'll look into. Thanks.
Ще є питання? Any other questions? Well, then we thank you very much for your time and for your informative speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you.